Hey guys, tonight I'm going with the Pitchforks to perform for a little fraternity dating event for Sweetest Day, and it's a really nice event, so we're all gonna try and look really nice. We're wearing black dresses with silver accents and our matching headbands that I showed you before. So I thought I would film a makeup tutorial as I got ready for it. This tutorial is going to be really cool because it's actually going to be using, with the exception of my brushes, it's going to be using all drugstore products. So that way, in case you can't afford to buy MAC or Lancome or whatever, you might be able to buy the exact same products that I use in this video. So this will be really exciting for my high schooler viewers that I know watch. It's gonna be kind of Kim Kardashian-y if you guys are familiar with her. She's really into her like shimmery taupe and like dark eyeshadow. That's gonna be kind of the look I'm going for. So if you wanna see how I accomplish this, then keep on watching. First things first is I'm going to moisturize using Olay Active Hydrating. And I'm just going to massage this into my skin. And then next, for foundation, I'm using the Revlon Colorstay. And I'm going to be applying this with my stippling brush, but feel free to use a damp Cosmetic Sponge, just in case you don't have a good foundation brush. A sponge is always a good way to go. I'm just going to really buff this in, as always. And then for concealer, I'm using my favorite drugstore one. This is Maybelline Mineral Power in Cream. And I'm going to apply this with my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease brush, but you can use a sponge or your finger or completely skip concealer altogether, but it's up to you. And as always, I'm just going to put this around my nose and any other random little spots I got going on. Next, you're going to take an eyeshadow base. This is one by NYX. Really like this one. And apparently it's really battered. I'm just going to apply this on my eyelids and blend it in with my finger. You don't want to apply eyeshadow right after applying an eyeshadow base. You want to give it time to set. So in the meantime, we're going to apply some chapstick. I like this one by Nivea. And even after you apply chapstick, just do something. Maybe grab some water. Just chill for a little while before applying it. Next, you're going to want to take some Scotch Tape. Doesn't matter what kind. And then you're going to want to take 2 strips of it and apply it to your arm and let it sit there to take away some of the stick. Then after a little while, take it off and apply it underneath your eye to kind of frame it a little. I would start at the end of your bottom lash line and kind of line it up with your brow. That would be a good reference point. But try and make sure that they're as even as possible. This is going to be somewhat of a stencil to make like a really clean cut shape. Now that you're looking super cute, we're going to take this Wet n Wild palette. This palette is called Silent Treatment. And then you're going to start off using your MAC 239 with the bottom taupe color. So I'm using the MAC 239, but you can use any flat paddle brush. And we're just going to apply this all over the lid. Really pack it on. And then you're just going to do the same on the other side. You can take this color up into the crease. It doesn't really matter. And then next, taking a fluffy brush. This one is from Rock & Republic. You're just going to want to blend out the harsh lines. Make it really soft and smoky. Then taking a brown eyeliner, this one's from Milani. Then you're just going to want to draw a nice winged line. I would really take your time with this, especially because that tape acts as a stencil. So you're really just making small, steady strokes in towards your inner eye. And you can take this up as high as you like. I actually take this up a little too high and I end up fixing it later, but I guess you'll see that when it happens. I would also leave your inner, like the very inner corner, pretty bare, and just kind of blend that out gently with your finger. And then taking a small detailer brush, and then using that dark color in the palette, we're just going to pack that above that liner that we just put down. The liner is really acting as a base to really make this color stand out and be very strong, as well as to help it stay put longer and really hold that shape together. I will forewarn you, I love Wet n Wild eyeshadows, but this one in particular just caused me to have a lot of fallout, so just be wary of that. If you want to kind of powder underneath your eyes beforehand, that might help a lot, so you can just sweep it all off a lot easier later, but if not, it's no big deal. You'll see that I not only cover the shape that I made earlier, but I'll also add to it and adjust it as I see fit. Everyone's eye shapes are different, so this particular shape may not be too flattering on you, or you may not like it very much, so feel free to adjust it as you see fit. I actually brought this up just a little bit more than when I drew it with a liner. And then once you're satisfied with the shape you've got, go ahead and take a fluffy brush and that taupe color and just bring it up a little bit higher on your eyelid to make it look a little less funky and naked up there. And then taking that lightest color in the palette and a flat brush, just apply that to your brow bone. I really like this color. It's really nice, soft, shimmery pink. And you're also going to want to take it into your tear duct as well. So go on and pat that in there. I also bring it up from my tear duct into that little pocket up to my brow, which shouldn't look too funky as long as you blend it out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a big fluffy brush and kind of blend that out a little bit so it's not too crazy looking. Now it's safe to take off your tape, so go ahead and do that. But be very careful. So I'm not really feeling the shape, so I'm actually going to take a little Q-tip and a little bit of makeup remover and kind of trim it down a little bit and tame it and make it look a little bit more appropriate for this event. So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust this really quickly. And then I'm just going to go back over that with my fluffy brush and make it look good as new. Okay, now it's time for concealer. So we're going to take the Mineral Power from earlier. You can either use your ring finger or you can use a brush like me. I'm going to use my Deluxe Crease brush and I'm just going to run this underneath my eyes to kind of clean up that entire area. If you're experiencing some hardcore fallout, you can just sweep it off. But if you're having a hard time, I would recommend taking either like a foundation brush or a big fluffy brush and just sweeping it off, or just covering it up with concealer like I am. And then we're going to take that detailer brush from earlier and then take that taupey color and then just gently run that underneath our bottom lash line just to give a little bit of definition down there before we line it. Feel free to skip this step as well. And then next we're going to take that dark brown eyeliner from earlier and we're just going to line our waterline. I went with a dark brown liner for this tutorial just because it matched the eyeshadow a little bit better, but feel free to use black liner and black shadow. I just chose to use dark brown. Next you're going to want to take a big fluffy brush for powder and then a L'Oreal True Match powder. I'm in W5. And then just kind of set that over your makeup. However, if you don't have a brush for this, you can always just use a cosmetic sponge like I said before. This one you'll want dry, but if you're applying liquid foundation, make sure it's damp. But I actually kind of like the look that applying powder with a cosmetic sponge gives. It's really, really nice and it's very mattifying, which I'm definitely a fan of. And then next I'm taking a Milani bronzer. I've had this forever. And then a big fluffy brush. This is from Sonia Kashuk. And then I'm just going to frame my face very, very lightly with this. I'm going to take this peachy pink blush from Milani as well. And then a big fluffy brush to apply it. And then we're just going to sweep this across our cheeks. Next, taking a nude pencil from NYX. This one's in natural. We're just going to line our lips as well as fill in. I always feel like this is a really, really awkward thing to film, because I don't make cute faces. It's not a sexy pout I've got going on. It's more of a awkward, I don't know, it was just weird. And then next taking a kind of sheer peachy cream colored gloss from NYX. I'm just going to run that over my lips. I use my finger for this because I don't want to get this gloss dirty. And I'm just going to curl my lashes really quickly. And then apply some L'Oreal Lash Blast to finish off the look. So much mascara. I like this mascara because you can really layer it and apply multiple coats, which is really nice. We're getting some fatty lash action. And that is the finished look. I really, really hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I really do hope that you take advantage of the Wet n Wild brand, just because they are drugstore and they're really, really cheap, but they're excellent quality. I think that even a few of their shadows are better than MAC ones, just because they're so creamy and so pigmented. Some of them are really super shimmery, but they have really, really nice matte ones as well. So I feel like Wet n Wild really does have something for everyone. So I would definitely recommend that you pick up this palette if you like this look. It's great. Like, they're trios, they have quads, and then they have like an 8-pan palette that's really, really nice. I honestly plan on buying every single one because they're so great. I'm amazed, and it's dirt cheap, you guys. Like, this was probably like what, $3 or $4, and I just love them. I can't say enough good things. So if you're not one to really want to pay a lot of money, I know some people have like certain things they don't mind spending a lot of money on. My personal thing is makeup. I will buy cheap clothes, but I like to buy nice makeup. Some people don't really want to spend a whole lot of money, but that's okay because there are still really, really great affordable brands out there, especially right at your drugstore. They're fabulous. I love Wet n Wild, and their gel liner is really nice as well. Another really great brand is Milani. This bronzer, it's a little sad. It has no lid. Like, it has a lid, but the hinge actually broke because I've had this since the summer I graduated high school, and I'm now a junior in college, and I use this a lot, and it's still like, there's like a dent in it for sure, but honestly it lasts forever, and it actually kind of smells nice, which I know is really strange, and I don't know how you guys feel about having a scented bronzer on your face. It's very lightly scented, it's not super strong, but it's really, really nice, and I just love it. I like to mix them together, and then if I want to like dust something lightly over my face, I use the lighter one. If I want to like kind of contour-ish, then I'll use the darker one, but mostly I just kind of, you know, that's just kind of my thing. So really, really like this bronzer. The NYC Sunny bronzer is a really nice one as well, but I definitely like this Milani one. Also the Milani baked blushes. I used this one in Luminoso. Baked blushes are really, really nice. Like, honestly, they're so pretty. I would say that they're definitely comparable to the MAC baked blushes, just because they're just so nice. I have that one on my face right now, obviously, because you just watched this tutorial, but I really, really, really love these blushes. And I've always been a really big fan of the L'Oreal True Match powders. I know they make like kind of like a cream foundation as well, which, I mean, I used it before and I really liked it, but, you know, if you're not really into the whole cream foundation thing, then that's totally fine. But I really, really like their powders. I'm in the shade W5. I think you guys already know that I love NYX. Their eyeshadow base is really nice. Their lip pencils are really great. Lip pencils is kind of like the one makeup item I can't really justify spending a whole lot of money on, just because honestly, they all go on the exact same. I have this one, this NYX one, and I have a MAC one, and the only reason I use the MAC one over this one is because the MAC one is closer to my natural lip color. But otherwise, they perform just the same. So yes, there are definitely some great options that you have in your drugstore. So if your excuse for not getting into makeup is that it's too expensive, that's completely irrelevant, and you can definitely find some really, really great things in your local drugstore. CoverGirl Lash Blast, if you haven't heard of this mascara, then you really, really do need to try it for yourself to really find out. It's really, really great. And then the Revlon Colorstay, all really, really great products. These are all my drugstore products. Oh, and the Milani eyeliners, probably my favorite eyeliner of all time. Really, really great. I normally do like to use MAC and everything. I really love like my Lancome Hypnose mascara, and I love the lipstick, and I love MAC shadows, and blah, blah, blah. I can talk about it all day, but I'm not going to ignore the fact that there are some really, really great drugstore products out there, and I'm sure anyone could afford them. They're really, really great. So yeah, I really hope you guys like this tutorial, and I'm excited for the next one. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later, and have a really happy Sweetest Day. Bye.